Amouage Enclave. It's a smooth, aromatic spearmint fragrance. Very easy to wear. Let's go for a ride. Over 4.12 gallons. Good morning, you are with me again on my 90-minute commute to work. We're in Nashville, Indiana, heading to Bloomington. And today I want to talk about all the factory inputs. Now, bear with me. That's a silly, fancy name for smells. You notice that I do fragrances. That's part of the video. That's part of the ritual of getting on this bike. I love fragrances, and there's a profound reason for it that you may know but not be able to articulate. You may understand this too. Smells, fragrances, gourmand food smells, all that stuff are very unique in how they are recorded in the brain when you experience them. They bypass all that heavy sensory filtering that vision and sound may use, and they go in the limbic system, I believe. It's kind of your caveman brain. There's hardly any filtering. And so when they are recorded in this part of the brain that also deals with like autobiographical memory formation and emotion. So memory and emotion and smells are all connected in how we experience them in our brain. They're just deeply recorded, and their smells can very often trigger immediate emotional and very powerful memories, autobiographical memories. I forget the name of there's an author, and they've named that effect after him, where these sensory inputs, specifically smell, can trigger those powerful memories. He was writing about how he smelled a certain cake. I think a cake dipped in a certain tea that took him back to a certain memory, I guess childhood. And that's the idea, is that smells can transport us. They can take us places. Just like this motorcycle takes me places, I love fragrances for that very reason. They elevate my mood, and I can smell something that takes me to a certain spot. It's quite unique. It's not like I smell, like for example, Polo, the original Polo. I'll talk about that. When I smell that, it's not as if, oh, that reminds me of such and such. It's deeper than that. I'm there. I'm there Christmas morning, 8th grade, in my stocking. My mom put Polo, the original OG. Came out in 1978, green bottle, gold cap, very masculine, intense, but yet smooth. I find it so unique. There's nothing like it. People today don't like it. They call it an old man, a grandpa fragrance. But I don't think it shares space with anything else. It's very unique. It's not something you want to pour on or spray on a ton, especially in hot weather. It's not a hot weather fragrance. It's more of a fall, winter fragrance. Cool weather. Don't put on Polo and go to the beach. That's just dumb. And that's how Polo and some fragrances got ruined. It's by what I call Old Spice guy. The guy at the store who has half a bottle of Old Spice on. Old Spice, old, Old Spice guy got a hold of Polo. And you walk behind somebody that has oversprayed Polo, you'll start to hate Polo. Not me, man. I love Polo. Think about chocolate chip cookies or something like that. Where do you go? Where does it take you? Grandma's house? You know, you walk through a cookie shop in the mall or wherever they make cookies these days, and you smell it. You didn't think about it, but you're instantly transported to that spot. That's not how sound and vision work. There's a lot of processing and filtering and interpretation. Smells, man, they don't care. They take you there. So that's why I love smells. That's why I include that as part of the ritual of this channel. I think that given that information, we can use it as a hack. Let's say you're not in a good mood, but you know that a certain smell can take you to a place and elevate your mood. Why not surround yourself and collect fragrances like that do that for you? You know, kitchen smells too. Go make some cookies. Candles. There's an awesome candle at Bath and Body Works. Bad shipping there. Called Spearmint Eucalyptus, or maybe it's Eucalyptus Spearmint. It's an aromatic. What do you call it? They call it I forget the name of the category of fragrance, but aromatherapy. Check that out. That's a great fragrance. I'm sorry, candle. It reminds me a lot of what I have on today, which is Amouage Enclave. It's just very aromatic and very, very spearmint based. So you can hack your system by deliberately choosing smells that improve your mood. Another hack is to, if you know you're going to do something special today, a nice occasion, then choose a unique fragrance that you can associate that with later. That happens too. I remember the fragrance I chose when I eulogized my father at his funeral 7 months ago. And I will always think of Dad when I smell that fragrance. And I picked it out because the name reminds me of him. And maybe I'll talk about that sometime, but that's another way of hacking your system. So it's not just the nostalgia part of it that takes you back to the stuff that you smelled years ago, but you are, again, as I talked about in a previous episode, you are today creating nostalgia from the perspective of tomorrow. I went to car shopping a few years ago, and when I was there at the Honda dealership, I remember the smell I had chosen that day. It was Dior Sauvage Elixir. And today, whenever I put that on, it makes me want to go shopping. It does. It makes me want to wear a brown shirt too, because I remember the brown shirt. That's another thing, is that smell is recording deep in your brain in a unique way than vision and sound, but you can still make those crossover connections to what you saw, what you heard, what you wore. I remember that brown shirt I had, so I need to be careful when I wear that fragrance, because I'll go buy something, maybe a car. So those are a couple hacks. My favorite part of this commute, this beautiful lookout. There's also something very strange with smell memories that I've noticed. Have you ever smelled something years ago that you haven't smelled since, but you can still identify it in a lineup? There's a chapstick my mom bought us kids for Christmas when we were kids. She put these chapsticks in our stockings, and they had a very unique smell. I haven't had them since. It's been decades, but I tell you, in a lineup of chapsticks, if you pop the caps and stick them in my nose, I'm going to tell you which one is the real deal and which ones are fakes. Similarly, my dad bought us a robot-shaped bottle of shampoo that he picked up back in the 80s. I was really into robots, and he got it at an airport on a business trip, and he brought it home, and it was this gray robot shampoo bottle, and it had a very, very unique smell, and I can smell it right now. I haven't smelled it since, I guess, 1985, but I know what it smells like. My dad's fragrance was gray flannel. My mom bought that for him around the same time for Christmas. He got her Christian Dior Poison. Awesome fragrances. When I smell those, I think of mom and dad. So there you go, man. Fragrances, smells, autobiographical memory, and emotion and smells are all linked in how they're recorded in the brain. What smells take you places? What food smells takes you where? What fragrance takes you here or there? What did your dad and grandpa, what did they wear? My grandpa had in his bathroom medicine cabinet Aqua Velva, Brut, English Leather, and Old Spice. Those are classic. Those are grandpa fragrances. And just saying those names reminds me what they smell like. I'm sure your grandpa had those too. Maybe he had something else. There's another one too that's a legendary grandpa cologne aftershave. I wanted to say one more thing. This is Josh from the future about fragrances. That is, if you do start buying fragrances, buy what you like. Don't buy what everybody else likes. Don't listen to the social media influencers who are all about compliments. I got 10 compliments on this over the weekend. These are the top most complimented fragrances. Dismiss all that, man. Compliments are a byproduct. They come and go. That can't be the point. You have to get what you like. You get what elevates your mood. Get the stuff that takes you places and transports you. And that's the stuff. Find a signature scent that makes sense to you. I'm not saying go out there and smell bad and that you should not smell good to others. But there are some people that just get the list of most complimented fragrances and they buy those. I have found that a lot of my favorite fragrances that just strike me don't have great reviews. There's a site called Fragrantica.com that rates them by people that buy them and have worn them. And there's a lot of hits and misses. It's true that some of the very, very popular and high-rated fragrances are good. But man, there are some gems out there that you'll only find when you try them. Speaking of gem, there's one by Frederick Malle called Uncut Gem. I love it. I don't know what it is. It's something, it doesn't get a great review at all. It's awesome. Uncut Gem. But don't go buy that just because I like it. Find out what you like, man. That's it. Peace out. Thanks for riding along. Have a good day and ride safely and all that.